Yo, so today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my honest experience living in Dubai. Now, I lived there for a month and obviously I'm back here in London right now, and funny story, I actually had another opportunity to go there again, but I actually turned it down. But yeah, more on that another time. But yeah, I did live in Dubai for a bit, and I thought I'd just tell you guys how it was. I know a lot of people have been asking me what was it like, what's the prices like compared to London, just in general, what is the place like? And I thought, you know what, I can use this video to explain everything. So for those of you guys that don't know, I work very closely with Bouncer, and Bouncer has moved to Dubai now, and because he's there, a lot of the stuff that I was doing with him, well, it requires me to be out there with him. So he said to me, look, I've got some work for you and I need you to come, so I'll bring you over. And yeah, he put me in a really nice hotel for the month, and it was crazy. I got big respect for Bouncer. So I actually went to Dubai about 20 years ago, but obviously I was a little kid, I don't remember anything. So this time me going to Dubai, it was basically like my first time going. Now I went in the middle of the year, like May to June time, so it was very hot. I mean, Dubai's always hot, but yeah, when I was there, you can't stand outside for too long. I'm telling you, it's actually just, it's peak. I mean, it's alright because obviously everywhere has got AC, so even when it is really hot outside, you could just come inside and you can escape the heat. That's one thing which is different to the UK. Everyone always says, oh, in the UK heat is so much worse than other countries. After spending a whole month living in Dubai, that's cap. Yeah, the reason the UK heat is actually annoying is because when you go indoors, you just can't escape it. I mean, it's not as hot, but when you're indoors, it's still that same level of heat. At least in Dubai, you can escape it and it's nice and cool. Indoors in the UK, there's just no AC anywhere, so it still feels hot and you get all sweaty. So that's why the UK heat is just, it's not the greatest. But yeah, when I first arrived in Dubai, I was just mind blown by everything. I mean, I haven't actually gone abroad in at least about 5 years, I think, because of COVID, and just just haven't had the chance to. So me just seeing how bougie the airport was and stepping outside and just going on these big roads with these nice trees, and I don't know how to describe it. That place is literally like a fantasy. So when I was there, obviously I was there for work, so I didn't have bare time to be doing sightseeing and all these activities, but I did have a few days to myself to be able to do some stuff. One thing I will say, I know some of you guys might not really care about this, but the architecture, the buildings in Dubai are crazy. They've got some of the most unique buildings, like the Dubai frame. When I saw the Dubai frame for the first time, if you don't know what that is, it's literally the world's largest frame, but it's a building. You can go inside. Yeah, some things, a lot of things I'm describing, yeah, you have to see it yourself. Me doing all this explanation stuff is cool, but inshallah, if you get the money one day, definitely go there and check it out, because yeah, it is actually, it's unreal to see in real life. But yeah, when I was there, obviously I went to Dubai Mall loads of times. I'm pretty sure that's the world's biggest mall, and it's massive. It's absolutely huge. It's right next to the Burj Khalifa, so there was lots of times when if I'd be walking around the city at night, I'd just be walking and see the fountains, and them summer nights when you could walk around in the evening and it's still nice, and well, to be fair, it was actually very hot, but it was just that nice weather where you could just go for a nice little walk. I'm waffling so much. It was actually too hot to go for a walk. And the thing about Dubai, someone was telling me that Dubai is probably the size of South London. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but the city is very small. Everyone drives about, so you can literally drive, I don't know, half an hour and you're on the other side of Dubai. For me, it takes me flipping an hour and a bit, no, probably like 2 hours to go from South London to North London. It's crazy. But in Dubai, literally half an hour and you're on the other side. So I stayed near Business Bay, and if you don't know what Business Bay is where the Burj Khalifa is and all them nice cool buildings. I'm saying them nice cool buildings, but there's literally nice cool buildings everywhere, but I'm talking about the business buildings, where the office that I was working in was in Business Bay. Now, let me tell you something quite funny. My dad has actually been recently telling me, why don't you go, find some work out in Dubai, do some sort of editing job or whatever. And for the longest, I was telling him, look, I'm not really trying to move to another country. Everything I've ever done, my network, my connections, all my business, everything, it's always been here in London. So going to another country just doesn't really feel right. But as soon as I went to Dubai, I swear down, my head got spun. Dubai, depending on what you do with the job, makes so much sense to live there. I've said this loads of times to different people, but I'm going to say it all now. Look, reasons I would generally move to Dubai. There's a lot of people that say, oh, don't go to Dubai because it's, the people are quite fake or materialistic and there's not much culture, which, yes, there is that, but when the country is so safe, you can walk out at night and nothing will happen to you. There's no tax on the money that you make. It's a Muslim country for me as well. The azan goes out loud, so whenever it's time to pray, you can literally hear the call to prayer and go to the mosque. There's mosques everywhere. Everyone else is Muslim, so it's that good, that good environment to be in. Everyone there's also very business-minded and open-minded, because I'm pretty sure to be there, you have to have a work visa. So if you're not Emirati, if you're not from Dubai, to actually be there, not on holiday, but if you're living there, you have to have a work visa, meaning you have to be working. So there's no bums there, there's no one doing nothing, you have to be working. So because loads of people living there are actually expats, people not from Dubai, most of these guys are from other places and they're working. So when you go there and you chat with people, everyone's got their own thing going. Everyone's quite open-minded and you can chat with people about, oh, so what are you doing here? And a lot of the people that I was bumping into were actually from London or from the ends. So it was mad. When I'd meet someone from the ends living in Dubai, it's like, yo, you know, what do you do? Yeah, I do this. And then we just connect, we'll be able to make some, you know, some business together. But yeah, in London, on the other hand, if you see someone, it's like, bro, no one chats to anyone in London. And I get it, it makes sense. I mean, why would you? But yeah, everyone there is just, it's very good for networking, because everyone there is just, I mean, I remember I met Ahmed Khan out there, that was crazy. I met flipping Young'un, the rapper, was staying in my hotel, and I went downstairs to have breakfast, and I literally saw him. And I just said, yo, I said Young'un. I spoke to him, and obviously I told him that I do YouTube and do a bit of filming. And he was actually doing a performance a bit later, and he asked me to go film for him. And I literally went with him to film whilst he performed. And yeah, that was just, yeah, bro, see, these things, I don't know. They do happen in London as well. London is a very sick city to be in, but yeah, nah, it was mad. But yeah, there's loads of reasons why I actually like Dubai. Obviously the food's all halal, and there are a lot of Londoners or people speaking English. Everyone there literally speaks English, so it's not even like, you know, you're going to Spain or a country where English isn't the main language spoken. There, literally everyone speaks English. Another thing I noticed about Dubai is when I was there was a few people that were actually also in Dubai from London that I knew, or maybe my friends or some people that I knew of, and I met up with a few of them. And one thing I noticed is that in London, I probably wouldn't ever meet up with them. Maybe because we're just not that close, but when you're both in Dubai, you're more inclined to meet up because it's like, yo, you know, you're out in Dubai, I'm out in Dubai, let's meet up, let's talk. And you value each other a bit more, maybe because you're both out there. But I noticed that when I was there, the whole Dubai culture, they were very different to how I am. Obviously, being from London, we've got our own mindset, and a lot of people there, they dress different, they act different, they talk different, understandably. So when you see someone from your ends, you just get a bit gassed. You're like, oh, you know, finally someone from the ends that I can actually relate to. Do you know what I mean? But if you're genuinely thinking, you know what, I actually wouldn't mind moving to Dubai, I would definitely recommend it. The only slight thing that would probably stop me from actually wanting to move to Dubai is that all my family is here. But the whole point of being able to move to Dubai, for me at least, is that I'd have enough money that I could just live out in Dubai, and anytime I wanted to come back to the UK, I could just quickly book a flight like it's nothing. Like the P's aren't anything, it doesn't really affect me, do you know what I mean? But yeah, what else? I know this video might be a bit scattered, but I'm just saying the things that come to mind. One thing that I also noticed is the workers there. So if you don't know, basically all the workers there are like South Asian, Pakistani, Indian, Sri Lankan. Like they're working in the heat and it's peak. I don't know how they do it. Obviously they have to because money's money. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the workers there, they kind of, it's a bit weird, but they treat you like royalty. It's weird. Like, I know obviously a lot of them probably want tips and whatnot, but the way they talk to you, it's kind of like they're worshipping you. They're like, actually sir, do you want anything else? It's just like, nah, thank you, innit, nah, I'm good. But yeah, maybe they just want their tips. But I did notice that they do proper treat you with respect. Maybe that's just the culture. I don't know. But yeah, I've also heard that Saudi Arabia is becoming very, very similar to Dubai. I know everyone always gasses up Dubai all the time, but Saudi Arabia is looking like it's going to be just like Dubai, if not the same. It's already starting to look like that now. But yeah, in terms of working there, Dubai, Saudi, that part of the world, apparently it's looking like a shout. And even if you're not Muslim, a lot of these countries are a lot better than the UK. And obviously this country has its perks and everything, but when I was out there in Dubai, funny story, I actually met my primary school teacher from year 5. When I was in year 5, I had this one teacher and he was actually very safe, and I managed to get into contact with him on Facebook. Yeah, I know, it's mad. But he was actually a G. When I found out I was going to Dubai, I actually messaged him saying, look, I'm actually coming to Dubai, we can meet up if you want. And the last time he saw me, I must have been like 10 years old, innit? And obviously now I'm 22. So yeah, when I met up with him, he was telling me how he's a teacher now, but he's teaching in some next private school with all these footballers' sons and everything, and how the pay is still good, but you know, you don't get taxed on it. So you get more money, and also they give you perks, like they'll pay for your apartment or your housing, or they'll give you benefits in other ways. So yeah, the money in Dubai is very, people did ask me a lot, is it the same as London in terms of pricing, or is it expensive? I feel like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's expensive, but it's pretty similar to London. Now, London is expensive, so in a way, Dubai is kind of expensive, but it's very similar. But petrol, for example, petrol's a lot cheaper. So, you know, it's got its similarities, but it's also got its differences. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I could talk about Dubai for a lot longer, but off the top of my head right now, I can't really think of anything else. Inshallah, I'm gonna start streaming on my 3rd channel, Say No More, so I might dedicate a stream one day just to Dubai and answer some questions or whatever, so make sure you subscribe to that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.